We're talking sleep because tomorrow is World Sleep Day, a day meant to be a celebration of getting a good night's rest, but it is also a call to action on important issues related to sleep. So just how much sleep is the world getting, and what are some of the biggest issues we have? With more, I'm joined by sleep consultant Alana McEwen. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so insomnia, I think that would be top of mind for most people when we talk about sleep, is just actually not sleeping at all. Yeah, so that's the #1 concern for people right around the globe. What do we do?
So being a global leader in health technology, Philips conducts an annual sleep survey, and this is the first year that Canada was one of the 12 studies that were surveyed, and one of the biggest findings was insomnia, and everyone's battling it. It's very common. We all have, we were actually just talking about this, right? We all have bouts of insomnia, what we call acute insomnia. So that's where things are going on in your life, maybe illness, stress, worry, and you're just not sleeping for a couple nights. But then there's individuals that are suffering from chronic insomnia. This is sleep loss for weeks, months, even years. So we always have to bring it to the basics of proper sleep hygiene. So sleep hygiene are the steps one takes to have proper sleep health. So things like following consistent sleep patterns, going to bed at the same time every night, waking up at the same time every morning, getting in those 7 to 8 hours. Chronically getting less than 6 hours of sleep per night can result in chronic sleep deprivation.
Don't tell me this.
I know. So, I mean, it's not to say everyone needs those 7 to 8 hours, but that really should be our goal. And base it off your wake time, because our wake time is really dictated from our lifestyle, right? And keep tech out of the bedrooms. We gotta do that. So tech out, clear off that night table, give your night table an audit.
Okay, it's like everything we know that babies need, we need to also apply to ourselves as adults. The other two big impacts were shift work and snoring. So what can we do about those?
So, I mean, snoring happens for a few reasons, or the reasons why people aren't sleeping is for a few reasons. We know this. The obvious is that if your partner's snoring, you're likely waking up. So earplugs are a great tool. And actually, more and more couples are finding sleeping in separate bedrooms work, not because their marriage is in trouble, just because they want to get a good night of sleep. But we also want to make sure that there's no health concerns with snoring. And that could be a sign of sleep apnea. So if you're snoring frequently throughout the night, if you're waking up tired, if you're having a lot of excessive daytime sleepiness, it's worth having a discussion with your doctor, who would then refer you to have a sleep study. For shift work, we're seeing a growing concern with sleep issues in the shift work community. Shift workers tend to sleep against their natural sleep rhythms, against their natural body clock. So then we're accumulating that sleep debt. This can be lower concentration at work, absenteeism, a higher increase of absenteeism, injury, accidents, even fatalities. So put that workplace support and education together so that both the employer and the employee can follow steps towards proper corporate sleep health.
I'm so glad you mentioned doctors, because what was really interesting about this study was that it found 80% of people want to improve their sleep, but 60% of them aren't actually seeking help from medical professionals. You know what we're doing, you guys? We're Googling.
Dr. Google.
Right? Which we know it's not a good idea, but we're doing it anyway. Why do you recommend people just stop the internet and go right to the doctor?
Well, I think it's because we live in a world where we tend to wear that sleep deprivation as a badge of honor. We have busy lives, we have kids, all of these things. We just think we're supposed to be exhausted. Like, that's just the norm. But it's not, right? We have to kind of prioritize our sleep health like we do our overall health, and really go to the professionals and get that help.
What are some of the steps that we can take based on the study to have a better sleep?
Open up the conversation with your doctor, because likely your doctor isn't starting that conversation with you. They're not going to your sleep health as the first reason of why things aren't working out. So open up that conversation if they're not doing it. You can also seek treatment from cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, so CBTI. And this helps an individual work through their beliefs, through their negative thoughts on sleep loss, to help build a better relationship. And then speak to a sleep coach or a sleep consultant. We can look at your overall sleep hygiene, give you any stress management skills that can help you kind of sleep better at night.
Okay, I thought sleep coaches were just for moms, but they're for everybody.
They're for everyone, yeah.
Alana, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Hopefully you all get a good sleep tonight.